So what's going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. My name's GRIZZ. Today we're going to be taking a look at DLC 3. We don't know the name of the map. We got a ton of new features here in Update 1.19. So this is the patch notes video covering all that, but just the juicy details that you want to be a part of. So hit that notification bell, subscribe, stay activated, because we got contracts now and soon to be factions, ? We're going to cover that information. Let's talk about contracts first. It's in the lower left-hand corner below our laboratory. What all happened here in today's update? So we got these two things that we can select over here. The images that you're seeing might be a little bit confusing. You see the two headshots there. If we click in, we actually got 6 options, 6 different challenges that we can select. If you've played this already, you know all about this. But for those of you who haven't, you can see the challenges here, some of the rewards, Nebula and Plasma, reserves, all that jazz. So the icons themselves sort of represent the challenge. Don't get confused on the icons. It's just 6 of them. Very easy to see. This is the biggest one, the hard challenges, to get 2 reserves, and the other one is worth 1. Now, they are pretty time-consuming, some of them. Other ones are not. The 15 mini-bosses here, pretty easy one to get 2 reserves, in my opinion. Just hop on Blood of the Dead, which is where our gameplay is going to be taking place here today. So I hope you guys do enjoy that. But as for DLC 3, July 9th, fellas, that is going to be happening in 2 weeks' time. We're going to be getting DLC 3. All that we've been waiting for. It's the whole season, man. We've had this chaos storyline going down, and it's been wrecking all the hype. No one gives a crap about zombies right now, and it's because of the chaos storyline. We've been waiting for our crew to come back from Black Ops 3, and finally, we're going to have that happen. When you push pause, by the way, you can actually see your contracts, so you can track your progress. This is huge. I'm glad they added this in. This was something we requested here on the channel, and it came into fruition. There's a difference between contracts, though, and factions. Very, very big difference from what we were promised and what we actually got now. When it comes to factions, this was promised and planned for the next operation. This is during the time of Operation Grand Heist, they said this. So this would mean the time now is when it was going down. We could see that in the past. In December, this was in the leaks. Faction Calling Season 1, so you could tell that there's something that was happening, something that was planned. January 15th, on that update, we got an actual definition of what it is. A full season of 12 unique challenged events across all Zombies maps and game modes that rewards players with never-before-seen character customization loot. Fellas, this is not what we're seeing right now. We do not see this. We just see rewards that are reserves. So obviously, contracts are not factions. But the good news is, through contracts, we will be able to get those Mastercrafts and signature weapons, the MK2 weapons that we've never gotten before. I did get to tier 50, so now I'm just earning reserves all the way through. But if you haven't got to tier 50, then you might not know about the Vendetta Sniper. Maybe you looked at it, maybe you didn't. But I'm getting a lot of duplicates right now, and that's kind of a problem. This definitely needs to be changed. This is definitely a huge downer on the game. And what do you talk about surprise mechanics, EA, when this is happening here in Black Ops 4? I know Activision, they're in the same boat, all right? Activision's playing the same type of game that EA is playing, all right? So they're all in it together, and that's a big, big problem. So if you're wondering why I'm negative over on Twitter, this is why. There's definitely an issue here with these loot crates. I'm trying to look out for the best of you guys, and some of you don't even realize what's happening, and you're spending all your money. It's not right. But if you did get to tier 50 already in the black market, you have that Vendetta Sniper. And why is that important? Because it's really good in Blackout. And in Blackout, they added Blackjack stashes, which we'll take a look at towards the end of this video. But this is sparking a whole nother debate about pay to win, and it does look that way. Let's talk about DLC 3. That is coming July 9th. But if we zoom in, look at the details. We have Richtofen in the Blood Machine. So he had prior knowledge to this happening. That's why he was so upset at the very beginning of the cutscene here on Blood of the Dead. Now DLC 3, let's talk about this release date. Here's what Treyarch had to say. With our next operation just around the corner, we've been dying to share more about the Ether story's return. So let's break the silence, shall we? The next chapter in the Black Ops 4 Zombie saga launches July 9th on PS4. That's 2 weeks away, and follows the canonical events of Blood of the Dead and Classified. We'll have more intel to share this week, as we get closer to the beginning of our 5th operation, when the influence of the undead threatens to spill over into some unfamiliar territory. This is the teaser that makes people think it's not a remake or a remaster. Unfamiliar territory. And that's where we're at right now, fellas. This is the bridge that we're in between DLC 2 and DLC 3. We have that new teaser of Richtofen, so we know it's going to take place after the events of Classified and Blood of the Dead. Possibly a new map. We have a new gauntlet. It's a hard mode gauntlet for Voyage of Despair. I don't know who's asking for these hard mode gauntlets instead of grief mode. I think everybody here wants grief mode. But let's go over into Blackout for a second. Check out Blackjack's stash. This sucker here, I believe, is pay to win. Look at all these DLC weapons that I've unlocked throughout the operations. Some people have been able to buy these. I've only earned these, okay? So these are ones that you've been able to earn in the past. However, a lot of people are buying these types of weapons, and this is the pay-to-win element. You have access, direct access in the game to pick this item up if you find one of these stashes. Any of these weapons that you own from Blackjack's shop, you can just pick those up. And this here is a very negative thing happening to Black Ops 4. This is a PvP. This is not zombies where it's player versus environment. This is player versus player. So this is a big problem if you can pay for these weapons and other people cannot. But fellas, to round this video out, I want to bring it back. July 9th on PS4. In 2 weeks' time, we will have DLC 3 for everybody to enjoy. In zombies right now, we have contracts. All the modes we have contracts. But it gives us something extra to do on the same maps that we've been playing. This is not Factions. Factions was promised to us. Treyarch has 2 weeks left to deliver, and then they officially become a liar. Doesn't matter what you say. I have the proof here on every video going through it. They have 2 weeks left before DLC 3 to introduce Factions, or they go back on their word. They definitely need to introduce something here when it comes to that, and we have 12 unique event-based challenges with never-before-seen custom character customization loot. Man, that's a tongue twister, but that is what we want. I don't see why anybody's just satisfied with earning reserves. You can get duplicates, so you're going to be earning things that are nothing. Why wouldn't you want something that's promised? And I think that's what Faction can deliver. They can promise items on a weekly basis, or whatever it is, the seasoned basis, and give us items that we can grind for, and know we're grinding for it. That is the Zombies game mode I expected from Black Ops 4. I expected it to be a game that I didn't even know I wanted. But that's where I'm going to end this video, fellas. July 9th is DLC 3, 2 weeks' time. Be sure to subscribe, activate the bell notification, and if you want to continue this conversation, join me over on the community tab. I just hosted a poll over there, and if you prefer hard mode gauntlets over grief mode, let me know there. This is all about that, and I think a lot of people need to engage in that conversation, because who asked for hard mode gauntlets? I know I didn't. I want grief mode back and all of this Factions to be integrated into that system. That's the zombies I want to play, fellas. That's what I'm expecting by the end of Black Ops 4, and I hope Treyarch can deliver. I'll see you in the next video. Viollent out.